Hello everyone, this is Claire Lachat. I actually had a viewer reach out to me about the third party situation that I posted the other day. And they are interested in hearing more about that situation, particularly about their relationship with the person that they are most interested in, which if you saw that video, that person I referred to as person B in the situation. So the subject was person A, person B was the one that person A is most interested in, and then person C was another person who's interested in person A. But anyways, they want me to check into the relationship with person B, and I'm going to move. I'm actually just going to extinguish my sage real quick before my fire alarm decides to go off. Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go in with the Cosmic Intimacy Poetry of the Divine Feminine. This is a deck that I made. It's an oracle deck. It's meant to be an intimacy deck that is supposed to bring messages from your soulmate or your divine partner. It's channeled poetry that goes along with the photos. So this one wants to come out. Look into my eyes and see your truest self, a mirror, your reflection. So this person is mirroring you. Whatever you're going through, they're going through. Whatever you feel, they feel, and vice versa. So I believe this is a twin flame situation. So now we're going to go in with the Fool's Journey Tarot deck. Again, this is one that I've made. This is a learner deck, a beginner deck. So this is one with the meanings printed right on the cards. I love it. A lot of people have commented on how much they like it. Alright, so let's see where to start. Where to start? Okay. Let's just see if there's any updates before we do anything else. Something fell out. I'll pick it up in a second. Okay. So right now this person is holding back. They are not quite ready to take the risk that they need to take. Knight of Swords, King of Wands. So they are still holding back. I believe that these two cards actually represent you, person A from the last reading. Knight of Swords, ambition, action oriented. The King of Wands, natural born leader, entrepreneur, vision and honor. So this is a situation where you really, really want them to take action, but they're just not ready. They're not feeling like they are in a position to take any sort of action. They feel like there's just something that's going to get in the way every time. more about the Four reversed. What is it that's holding them back? Okay, so what came out was the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Lack of long-term vision, limited success or reward. So they really feel like they are just getting nowhere. The more they try, the more they are pushed back. And I feel like they make effort in their own eyes. Like they see the situation as they're making effort and it's just going completely unnoticed. And it's more that the two of you communicate much differently than each other. He doesn't want to be the leader, but you want him to be the leader. But you are naturally a leader, so he's been trying to follow your lead, and he feels like you haven't really given him the time of day recently. But he's ready to try again. We have the Eight of Cups reversed. So trying one more time, indecision, aimless drifting, walking away. So he wants to try one more time. He wants to put in that effort. He's just really scared to. He wants to be that person that you expect him to be, but he feels like that's just not who he is at the moment. Queen of Swords and the Four of Swords. Independent, unbiased judgment, clear boundaries, direct communication. And then the Four of Swords, rest, relaxation, meditation, contemplation, and recuperation. So, I know that communication has been kind of tense recently or just non-existent. Maybe you're both waiting on the other to take direct action. Maybe your guides have been telling you to wait and let him make the first move. But what he wants is for you to make the first move. That is how he's feeling. Because right now, he just feels super anxious about it. I feel like they said something dumb that they kind of wish they could take back, but they don't want to be the first to bring it up. Like, it's the clear boundaries that sticks out to me. So it kind of feels like they explicitly told you that they didn't want something, and they don't know how to go about telling you that that was a mistake, and they don't feel that way anymore. Let's see if the cards have anything else to say. Yes, they do. They have some things to say. He's just throwing himself a pity party. Financial loss, poverty, lack mindset, isolation, worry. He still feels like he should be getting more from you. And then the Page of Swords, new ideas, curiosity, thirst for knowledge, new ways of communicating. So this energy is about to take a turn. So right now he's throwing himself a pity party. He's feeling like he knows he messed up, and that any communication that's going to happen has to start with him. He's aware of that. But he just doesn't know how to get started. He doesn't know how to reach out and say, hey, you know, I messed up. I'm the one who pushed you away, and I need to, like, I need you in my life. Honestly, that's like the feeling that I'm getting. He doesn't know how to say that, but that energy is about to take a turn because he's ready to communicate. He's ready to try new ways of communicating. He's just trying to feel it out and see how you're feeling first. But I think he's going to get sick of that pretty soon and just actually do what he needs to do. Let's see if this confirms or denies that. Personal transition, resistance to change, unfinished business. So he feels like this is his unfinished business. He needed that time to reflect and to go through some things on his own that he wasn't going to get to go through if you were in his life, because I think you would have tried to protect him from it. So I think that the fact that separation was kind of necessary for him to get to go through this personal transformation that he's been going through. He has been resisting it very hard recently, but I think he's about to finally welcome it in. Yeah, and now we have the Knight of Wands to go with it. I just felt drawn to draw that from the top of the deck. Energy, passion, inspired action, adventure, impulsiveness. So he's about to act on a whim, which I don't feel like is really in his nature for the most part. But he's about to act on a whim and just confess his feelings, or if he doesn't confess his feelings, he's at least going to start dropping some hardcore hints. If y'all have not been talking for a while, he'll probably start texting you out of nowhere, maybe sending you memes, or like funny videos that he sees, which may not be out of the ordinary as far as like the way that you guys would normally communicate, but it's out of the ordinary in that you guys haven't been talking at all. It's been like radio silent. And for those of you that it hasn't been radio silent and they have been, you know, communicating like normal, then this is going to be more of a surprise for you. They're going to actually like directly communicate with you, or the subject matter of the things that they send you are going to lean more towards the flirtatious side. I want to know, once I get all these shuffled again, I want to know how this began. I want more details, not just on the situation, but on your connection as a whole, because we've been focused on just the romantic connection. We have been more focused on just the situation that is currently happening. But let's see how this all starts. So this started with you being a ray of sunshine in an otherwise dark time, when he was feeling like there was nothing good to come in his life. You suddenly showed up and brought some positivity in. You showed him that taking action within his own life and setting clear goals for himself would bring him far in life. And I think he did that by leading by example. I think he's been watching you live your best life, and he's been saying, oh my God, I want that for myself. I admire her so much. She is out here doing what she loves, regardless of what anyone else thinks, regardless of what I think. And that's what I want for myself. The Eight of Wands and the Seven of Swords. So this caught him by storm. This was a very swift moving energy. You guys had a connection that was on fire. It was passionate, it exploded, it was like fireworks. And then just very suddenly he decided to retreat. He did something to betray you, or that you felt like was a betrayal. I want to know what that was. I'm not sure if he cheated or did something else and just like lied to you about it. So let's see what that might be. What was that betrayal? Ten of Cups, divine love, blissful relationships, harmony, alignment. And then the King of Wands reversed, impulsiveness, haste, ruthless, high expectations. So he felt like the new love was just overwhelming. He felt like there was just too much being expected of him. He saw that things were, playing out and they seemed so easy, and that scared the crap out of him. And in that fear, he became detached. He started retreating back to old negative vices. For some of you, he may have actually cheated on you because he was just terrified of the connection that he had with you. For some of you, he may have started going back to using drugs or alcohol. And for others, he may have just become kind of a recluse, maybe throwing himself into work. And you felt like that was such a betrayal. For some of you, it absolutely was. For others, it was more just him taking the time that he needed. Either way, communication was not very good between you two. Let's see. But he felt like there were just very high expectations, and each of the people in this group took a different approach to coping. Regardless, no matter which group you're in, this was very unfair to you. The way they handled it was not okay. They have not been taking accountability for their part in your separation. And they haven't really been honest with you about their feelings, because this entire time, I feel like they've been keeping you at arm's length. Even when things were passionate and beautiful, they were getting kind of scared, and they weren't letting you know them in the fullest capacity. They were not bringing you as close as they could have, or as close as they wanted to. They were lying to themselves and to you about their emotions, and that is completely unfair. That is not okay. Whoop, it went flying. But you're both getting lessons in self-love. We have the Lovers reversed. So self-love, disharmony, imbalance, misalignment of values. You're both getting lessons in self-love. You're getting that chance to reflect on your values and kind of see where you do and do not line up. You have taken off the rose-colored glasses, and you're seeing them for who they are. And they are seeing you for who you are, and they're absolutely in love with who you are. But I feel like there's some distrust towards them, which is 100% valid. I feel like there's that distrust. There is kind of a sense of you getting over them a little bit, maybe them getting over you a little bit. But I do feel like this can be brought back together if you both want it. Obviously, if neither of you wants it, or only one of you wants it, then it's not going to happen. But I do feel like, for some of the people out there, this situation can be rectified, and you guys can, get back to that passion. Even if it's not back to the way that it was, you can move forward and build something new. So this period of separation does seem fairly necessary. Both of you had soul searching to do. Both of you needed to remind yourselves who you are separately versus together. But with the moon reversed here, we see a release of fear. We see repressed emotion, inner confusion. You're getting past all that. You're both getting past all that. You're releasing the fear. And the next step is just to take that leap of faith. So for some of you in this group, this is a call to action. Like, hey, take that leap of faith. Tell your person how you feel. Stop holding back your emotions. And for some of you, this is just a message about good news to come. Like, hey, your person's about to confess their undying love for you. And I feel like each one of you will intuitively know who you are in this situation. Let's see. And some of you are going to not know which one you are. And you're going to disagree, and there's going to be a bit more conflict on it. A little bit more stalemate, a little bit more waiting on the other to come around, because you don't know if you're the one being called to action or if you are the one being told to wait and here comes the good news. I'm going to say right now, if you are in that group of people who is unsure, take the first step. With this comes inner clarity, recovery, and regeneration. Things are about to get better, but if you're in the group that is confused and that doesn't know if you're the one who is supposed to take the first move or wait for them to make the first move, then I'm just going to tell you right now, you're going to have to be the one to make the first move. Because you can't both be waiting all the time. You can't both be the submissive partner. You can't, that sounds a little weird, but that's just the sense that I'm getting. You can't both be the one waiting for the alpha to take charge. And that's what's been happening. It feels like months. It feels like months have gone by, and both of you have been stubborn and just waiting for the other to make the first move. So if you've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and nothing's changed, it's time to be the one to say, hey, I feel like there's something between us. Like, I feel like this is right and we need to give it another shot. But the rest of you know who you are. Like, you're gonna feel that tug in your heart of which thing you need to do, whether it be waiting for the good news, which is coming it feels like any day now, or feeling that call to action, that pull to go to your person and confess your feelings, because you know that you're the one who's been holding them back this whole time. This is your twin flame, though. That just spells out drama. But one thing about twin flames is that 9 times out of 10, you've had at least one past life together. So I would love to actually look into that on this situation. Now, some of you, it may not resonate in this section. Some of you already know your past lives with this person. Some of you want more details. If you don't want more details, you can go ahead and stop watching now, because this is going to be the final section of this video. If you do want more details, just know that this isn't going to be 100% your story down to the T, but take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Because my focus is going to be mostly on the pairing of the person that requested this video. Gonna see if anything else comes up. Okay, so the first that came out, secrets, disconnected from intuition, withdrawal, and silence. So in this past life, one or both of you was keeping a secret from the other. Page of Swords, new ideas, curiosity, thirst for knowledge, new ways of communicating. King of Wands, natural born leader, vision, entrepreneur, honor. Ten of Swords, painful endings, deep wounds, betrayal, loss, and crisis. So the person that was keeping the secret in that past life was in this King of Wands energy. This is the person, this is the seeker, this is the person who requested the video, this is the person who is the natural born leader this lifetime, and I personally believe every lifetime before. You were keeping a secret from this person that you were to spend that life with. And I do fully believe that there is past life trauma to be healed in this lifetime so that you two can be together. Oh my gosh. Okay, so usually when I'm onto something big, especially something that the seeker was not meant to know, I'll start getting like headaches during my readings, and I'm starting to get one. I am going to push through, but it seems like we are about to uncover some stuff that you weren't supposed to discover right now. I think you were meant to believe that they betrayed you. That you were keeping a pretty big secret from them. And you were good at it too. They were not even picking up on any of the signs that this betrayal was coming. When they found out about whatever this secret was, they were distraught. They felt so betrayed. They could just could not be with you anymore. So they have a lot of past life trauma to get through this lifetime. But part of the reason that you two keep coming back into each other's lives is to resolve it. Let's see if I can get some more details on what that secret was. I may have to pull out the oracle cards too. I'm kind of feeling drawn towards them, but I want to see what these cards are first. Knight of Swords, ambitious, action-oriented, driven to succeed, fast-thinking, judgment, rebirth, inner calling, absolution, and then the Eight of Cups, disappointment, abandonment, withdrawal, escapism. It seems like you were on kind of a power trip in that past life, and that's what kind of tore you two apart. You were on a power trip, and you would have stopped at basically nothing to get what you were after. And he was just so disappointed in finding out what it was that you were capable of in that past life. I'm sorry. I'm gonna pause for just a second so that I can take some ibuprofen. Okay, I'm back and I have juice. So they were very disappointed in you when they saw what you were capable of to get what you were after, and you were really on a power trip. They have something that they desperately want to say right now, so I'm going to allow them to through the Cosmic Intimacy deck. So I am a tempest, unrelenting, untamed, cleansing, purging, breath of life, kiss of death. Yeah, they're not happy. I don't have a spot to leave that. I'm gonna leave it right here. They're not really happy with me digging into this part. It's very traumatic for them. I'm just seeing if I can get anything else. No, nothing else wants to come out. So they really don't want to talk about this. It feels very important though. So I'm gonna see if I can get any more. So let's see. Tell me about this power trip. What made it so horrible? Overcommitment, disorganization, reprioritization. So it was your entire purpose. You were overly committed, like it became almost your entire identity. You were hungry for more and more power. What else happened? The devil, shadow self, attachment, addiction, restriction, sexuality, vices. The Hierophant reversed, personal beliefs, freedom, challenging the status quo, and the Three of Wands, progress, expansion, foresight, overseas opportunities. So you had very, very different values. You were very power hungry at this time. And the way that you went about it was very against their personal beliefs. I think they viewed you as actually becoming evil in this lifetime. And like their entire perception of you had changed. And I know you've had more lifetimes since then where you got to know each other and maybe even love each other again. But they're not letting this one go. I think you were very indulgent in your vices, in your coping mechanisms, in your I think you slept with someone in order to claim status. And I don't think that's the whole thing. But I think that's the part that is bothering him so much, even so many lifetimes beyond this one. This is, I think, the one where you two... I don't know what the status of your relationship was during this time. But you quickly became enemies, because he has been living in the past and not able to move on from this. I'm wondering if you two were married in that lifetime. This next card that I pull, I'm going to be paying attention to the suit as a yes or no. Well, there's two of them. Okay. And both of them are major arcana. So not really much paying attention to the suit for a yes or no here, but I can pay attention to the message. The Magician, manifestation, resourcefulness, power, inspired action, isolation, loneliness, withdrawal. So to me that does actually feel like you two are married, and not only did you sleep with someone to gain status, you left him for them. I'm thinking it feels like for some this is going to be more modern, and it's most likely like a politician or like a CEO of a company, or otherwise someone who could help you move forward in your life financially. Like you married for their money, like you left him and married them for their money. For others, this goes back so much further. This goes back like to the medieval times, maybe even before the like the separation of the mystical, the divine, and then the mundane. So for some of you, this may have been a king that you were his consort and you left him for the king. This could have been a successful merchant, and you left him so that you could be more financially well off. This could have been, for some it feels like possibly like maybe you left him to go to the Fey realm, or to leave the Fey realm. Like for some of you this is ancient, and for some of you this is more modern times, like maybe like the 70s, 80s, 90s. But either way, I feel like everyone in this energy group has an ancient betrayal from a past life where they have very much wronged the person that they are trying to be with, in the name of gaining power, status, wealth. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of past life trauma there, that needs to be healed. I know it's not a very large group of you, but I feel like some of you may be in conscious contact with this person's higher self. If you are in that small select group, you may want to apologize directly to their higher self so that they can start healing in this lifetime as well as from that lifetime. I'm sorry, I didn't expect this to be such a heavy reading. I'm gonna see if I can get any just additional messages. I think that was the big secret that needed to be uncovered. So I'm going to see if there's any final messages about that past life. And then I will wrap it up. Judgment reversed, self-doubt, inner critic, ignoring the call, the hermit, soul searching, introspection, being alone, inner guidance. Yeah, this situation kind of it set them off to the point where in each and every lifetime, when they meet you, they go through a period of doubting their intuition and having to take time away from you in order to accept you back into their life, and to find their own inner strength and inner guidance, and be able to trust themselves. And I feel like it's done the same to you, where when they're doubting you and doubting themselves, that you do the same thing. And it's just incredibly difficult on both of you. It's almost like you're punishing each other. Like, he's punishing you for leaving him that lifetime, and you're kind of just punishing him back because you feel like he should have more faith in you in these lifetimes, because you've told him time and time again that you will never do it again. And I think some of you really mean it and went through the entire lifetime after coming back together, and you actually held yourself to it. But some of you kept going behind his back and seeing other people, or otherwise just ignoring his wishes and not respecting boundaries that he had set. But for most of you, I think it was that you keep seeing other people after committing to him. And it's really hurting him on a soul level. And I don't think that he's going to get over it with you just expressing this to his face. I think you need to sit down and meditate and contact his higher self and let him know that you are truly sorry, and then hold yourself accountable in the rest of this lifetime, and hopefully in the next lifetime this pattern won't repeat itself. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. If you feel like this was your story and you want more details, please feel free to message me and set up a reading, whether on YouTube or privately. Again, I'm so sorry that this one turned out to be such a heavy reading. but it feels like it was very telling, and I feel like a lot of you are going to be relieved to know what happened, but probably also going to be taking some hard looks at yourselves and your actions in this lifetime and previous ones. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.